Good morning, everyone, on this beautiful Friday morning as God continues to bless us with 60-degree weather. I wanted to touch base with each of you about what is going on at the church right now and how you can be part of it. Many of you have received this card and this letter in the mail this week. It is part of our new stewardship campaign. And I know that during this time of COVID-19 and this time of quarantine, and as things continue to change, that these are hard things to think about. And yet, as we go into the new year, we have opportunities galore on how to serve God in new ways and exciting, continuing other ways. I wanted to share with you a verse that I found in 1 Peter 4, and it starts with 7. And it says, "The end of all things is near. Therefore be serious and discipline yourselves for the sake of your prayers. Above all, maintain constant love for one another, for love covers a multitude of sins. Be hospitable to one another without complaining. Like good stewards of the manifold grace of God, serve one another with whatever gift each of you has received. Whoever speaks must do so as one speaking the very words of God. Whoever serves must do with the strength that God supplies, so that God may be glorified in all things through Jesus Christ. To him belongs the glory and the power forever and ever. Amen." In our stewardship campaign, we are doing the sermon series on generosity. Last week, we focused on how God is generous with each of us. It is part of his character. This week, we will talk about how we can be generous with our time and our tithe and our prayers and our presence. And so as we were preparing to do this, I wanted you to be thinking about this greatest month of generosity, the many different ways that we can do God's work. This is stewardship and not just mission, because the stewardship is what fuels the missions of the church and the ministries. We are able to offer the things for the children and for the adults because of your generosity. We are able to do the work of the church and keep the building and the other places going. Right now, we are continuing to support places that are feeding people, that are clothing people, that are providing shelters and homeless places for mats for people. There is so much that we are doing and we can continue to do. For some of us, we are not able to get out in the same way as we have in the past, and so we might not be feeling like we can help in the same way. But your prayers continue to help. Your willingness to support and continue to pray for and be there for those around you is part of your offering to God. We continue to ask that we are all generous in our world, because the world needs that. On our card this year, it says, "I'll make a one-time donation of," or "I'm ready to make a commitment of this much for the next week or month or year." Or maybe you just want to help with volunteering opportunities right now. We also need to be good stewards of our faith and share it with others. Maybe you're one that will mark the box that says, "I commit to sharing my faith with at least 5 people in this coming year." Or maybe you're starting out new and you want to join a small group. All of these are ways that we can continue to be good stewards of what God has given us. As we look towards 2021, we know that we don't know the future. We know that the things that we had planned for this year are not the things that necessarily happened. And so we adapt and we continue to keep our eyes focused on Christ and what Christ is calling us to do. Maybe that means changing our meals to a grocery giveaway. Maybe that means taking our Christmas program and creating a virtual online experience. Maybe it means sending out Advent boxes Or maybe it just means calling and checking on each other and sending letters or cards. In every aspect, we trust that God provides what we need, and we continue to give back to Him all that He's given us, because this is what we do. God is generous, and because we serve a God that is generous, we are generous too. If you have questions about your stewardship letter or your stewardship card, please email me or call me here at the office, and Karen and I will do our best to explain everything to you. We have some new opportunities, some new ways of being, but we continue to be Fair Hope United Methodist Church. We continue to be the church that shares the love of God with those around us.